I watched Mitchell's versus the Machines, Netflix movie they've been hyping up. I didn't like it. I did not care for it. I don't think I'll rewatch it. Maybe background noise for cleaning. Like it was an entertaining movie. Olivia Colman was the bad guy in the movie. Like she was just her voice, but dude, she was amazing. She was amazing. Um, the rest of the cast is like hit or miss. Like you might know their faces. Um, it's this other dude in there. What's the guy name that says like inappropriate stuff all the time? He's usually with Seth Rogen and um, I can't think of his name right now either. He's in that was the Eastbound show. I cannot think of his name right now. But yeah, he was like the dad voice. Maya Rudolph was the mom. Like it's starting to come to me. Like I can see his face. I cannot think of dude name for nothing. But the whole movie is about like daughter is this awkward person, and she had a good relationship with her dad, but then somehow it just fell apart. Teenage years, and now she's off to college, like the next day. And while that's happening in Silicon Valley, we've evolved from smart devices and like assistants and smart device assistants, Siri basically, and they call it PAL. So and now from there, you have your own personal robot assistant. Like it's not in the phone anymore. Now it's the robot, and it's a whole different thing now. And the assistant is basically self aware and self evolving, and it was like, nah, you're not getting rid of me. And so, yeah, it took over it hacked the whole system and decided humans were just not what's up and locked them all up. Um, but along the way, the robots were like had humor, which is weird. Like they were thinking too. And then there's this organic type of robot, which like you see it was the producers of Spider-Verse. They definitely took the elements from the game with the organic matter and like put this in the movie. Like the Miles Morales villain and like made that into a robot and then yeah, it's weird. Um yeah, so this awkward barely getting along, no skills at all, no communication skills at all, stop this whole plot. And it's a kids movie, you know, it's a kids movie. Just gotta keep remembering it's a kids movie. And it just didn't feel like I always say about stuff being organic and just being natural. And their beef did not feel natural at all. Like all the daughter wanted was the father to accept her, like doing her own thing, going to college, accept that. Not even necessarily like accepting of what she wanted to do. Like it's 20 when the movie's set in 2020, which is weird to me, but it's set in 2020. Even then, like your child trying to be a filmmaker is not such a bad thing. She's not going to be a stripper. Like she's not about to go start an OnlyFans. Like what she wants to do is go make movies in her own style. And for them to make it where he's not accepting of that, and he didn't even give no type of alternative. Usually people like don't like what you want to do, they'll tell you what they want you to do. You know, they live through you. Like it just didn't make sense to me. And like he's all fine with the son being weird and then the dinosaurs, like the whole family was weird. And he was like this outdoorsy person who really wasn't an outdoors person. He's like to do some stuff with his hands, but then also not. It's weird. So it was the whole setup of why their beef didn't make sense to me. Um, and then he tried though. Like he tried to get along for the sake of getting along. Like they was doing a road trip. They was gonna take her to college instead of her just flying and be gone forever. Um, and And he was trying, but she all of a sudden didn't want to try. And I'm just like, dude. And of course, she fell into liking her dad again. And then, over the course, and then the mom told her, y'all are just alike, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, come on, man. Big Hero was way better type of story. Incredibles had a way better type of story. Chicken Little. Dude, Chicken Little made more sense in this type of story. It's like you can do better than this. And animation was weird. Like I couldn't tell if it was like three different animations all in one. And it was like it really threw me off. Like it was well done, but if you just look at the characters like straight out, it looks weird and like they're so disproportionate in size. And they're the only ones. Like that family is the only ones. Like there's another family with like a long face, but it's just one person. Everyone else in the family, very off-putting. I think the message is weird. But I guess it's an okay kids movie. Like the action was good. Like, if you take away this um dad daughter bonding story crap that they tried to do, I think it's a good movie. Like it's a good action movie. Some great scenes, some great elements. It's very predictable too. The pacing is weird because they literally drove across country, and somehow the robots never like picked up on it. I don't know, some flaws, and I think if you hype a movie up like that, it should be this bad. Like it's not good at all, and everything was on the nose. It tried too hard. The only good thing about it is the villain, Olivia Colman, and the action scenes, and that's about it. Like I wouldn't recommend this movie. Um, I think it's gonna be buried on Netflix. Uh, Maybe if it came out in the fall, it would have did better. Or you start out the year with it. But at this point, going in the summer, I don't, I don't see it. I don't see it doing well, especially for Netflix. Like they hyped it up as like a movie a week type of thing. I think this kicks off their movie a week thing that they're trying to do to compete with HBO Max, who is just crushing it, man. And this is not a good start off because when HBO started this, they started out with what was it? Because it was Godzilla, and then recently it was Mortal Kombat. They started out with that Denzel movie. That's a great way to start off. We got the new movies. They start off with Mitchell's versus the Machines, which is like, okay, terrible. Terrible out the gate. I don't know what's coming next. But Lucifer has a release date, May 28th. That's exciting. Um, More information about Dexter came out. Like he's far away from Miami, doing his own thing. 10-episode limited series. They think it might get picked up to keep going, but right now it's just labeled as a limited series. So that's exciting. They didn't say necessarily anybody's old coming, but if he's not in Miami, I don't see why the old people will come. But they gotta throw in his son. They just have to. Yeah, that's it. Mitchell vs. Machines, crap. Lucifer got a release date. And a trailer too. Look like the dad god is a big part of probably at least 2 or 3 episodes. It looked like he's trying to settle everything down and then see how they're living, and then look like he's retiring and Lucifer wants to be God. And then you got Michael and then they started like an angel war on Earth. It looked like in a football stadium. And he's still doing the same bullshit tango, and he don't want to tell her those 3 little words. So I hate that part of the show. Mezakine kissing girls, and they making a big deal, but it's like it's a demon. Who cares? Like who cares about you? about like your labels. If you're a demon, like why are they hyping up these type of relationships with these deities, these beings? But yeah, so that do it for this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will be